All right, Math 8. So the next part of the equation unit is going to be what I call medium proportions. Okay, the proportions just a little bit more difficult, not quite level 3 stuff, but they're still proportions. Now, one thing you're going to realize is this builds off of the distribution that you just got done doing. You'll see it after we do the first step. So we solve it exactly the same way. We do that cross multiply. Some people call it the butterfly, but I'm going to take the top of one side and multiply it to the bottom of the other side. Okay, so I'm going to have 5 times this whole thing. And what we have to use when we're doing this is a set of parentheses. Okay, so I'm going to have 5 times 2x plus 1. And then the right side, I do exactly the same way. Okay, equals, and then 4 times 2, like so. And then we work to solve. Okay, distribution, again, to remind you, multiply whatever's on the outside to both things on the inside, or everything on the inside. So I'm going to multiply 5 times 2x gives me 10x. 5 times 1 gives me 5. Equals, we can simplify this to an 8. And then again, we get down to this two-step equation. Remember, that is our goal, to get to the two-step equation. Okay? So from here, subtract 5. We'll cross out on the left, so we get 10x equals 3. And then we'll divide, and we'll get x equals 3 over 10. And again, leave as a fraction. Don't try to make it a decimal. Most people can make that decimal pretty easily, but don't waste your time, because you don't need to make a decimal. Leave it as a fraction. Pause if you need to. Otherwise, example B. We're going to start exactly the same way. Okay, multiply top and bottoms. So I get negative 3x minus 1 in the parentheses, and that's going to be multiplied by 6. And on the right side, I have 4 times 7. We just work to simplify it. Okay, distribute. We get negative 18x minus 6 equals 28. And again, it's just a two-step equation. Add your 6 to both sides. We get negative 18x. Those will cancel out. Equals 34. And then we'll divide by negative 18. Okay, here we can reduce this if we divide both the top and bottom by a 2. We'll get 17 over a negative 9. It doesn't matter where you put the negative in this as long as it's negative. Some people like to move it in front, some people move it to the top. I normally would move it to the top if I was doing things for myself, but that is our answer. Okay, go ahead, pause it, get that down, and then try C on your own first before hitting play. Alright, here we go. So, same start. I'm going to have 9 times the 2x minus 2. And now I'm going to have 4 times 5. Now, a lot of people get used to just writing down 20 for that 4 times 5 and not worrying about writing it out first, but I just write it out just because we're already needing to distribute, so it's just the same kind of step. Distribute our 9, so we'll get 18x minus 18 equals 20. And then again, our two-step equation we should be able to solve. Add the 18 to both sides. I get 18x equals 38. And then our last step, divide by that 18. Similar to this one, just divide by 2. Some people might try to spend time trying to divide by larger numbers. Just divide by small numbers, okay? And just go from there. It's easier for most people to divide by 2 twice or 3 times than seeing that they could divide it by 6 or whatever it may have been. So I divide each of these by 2, I get 19 over 9, and that is my answer. Problem solved. Okay? Pause if you need to. And that has to do it for this proportion video. There's not much left in this unit. We're going to do some application problems, but proportions kind of like wrapping it up. We got one other kind of bulkier section that you need to know these steps for. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.